What's the last piece of music that really inspired you?
I'm always inspired by total silence.
Kraftwerk. Alternate pronunciation, Kraftwerk. Acutely German pop group that pioneered a highly mechanized, highly influential music that they named robot rock. Founded in 1970 by two friends from Dusseldorf, Florian Schneider and Ralf Hütter, Kraftwerk began as garden variety music nerds making free-form experimental music.
Kraftwerk's nerdy commitment to freshness meant they'd produce some wonderful sounds. Kraftwerk were the poets of that in a way, exquisite novelty in what sound could do and be, and how seductive it could be. Kraftwerk's genius in a way was not just giving it the rhythm that then consoled people and they understood that it was attractive because there was this wonderful rhythm. But they also applied beautiful melodic sense that wasn't just an understanding of melody within popular music or rock music, but an understanding of melody that went back centuries. And in that sense, I always felt that they were classical musicians whose genius was to understand that popular music and the way that it used the studio was actually where the new developments were taking place in music. Kraftwerk understood that the studio was it was as important an instrument and an arrival of an instrument as the piano was in Mozart's time.
We're not only looking at one of the seminal acts in the history of electronic music, but you could say arguably one of the most powerful and inspiring ones, and therefore probably one of the most likely to become as legendary as Mozart and Bach and some of those composers whose work and music we still revere hundreds of years later. I see that now. Undoubtedly.
I've only met Ralf Hutter and Florence Schneider once. That was in Detroit. That was 15 years ago for sure. It was a huge concert for them. It was almost like a restart of their career. And they were very happy to come there. And they sold out a venue that holds 7,000 people. It was an amazing show. It was an amazing moment. The energy was incredible. It wasn't just intellectual heads that were there to hear them play. It was kids. This was incredible for them because they were playing to like fans, people that were just like loving the music and they were screaming and making noise. And this was, I think, a very important show for them. It really sort of sent a chill up the spine of all the guys from Kraftwerk to make them realize that they had a second life. And Detroit was the place where it started. It wasn't just us, it was the whole of Detroit, Michigan, the whole of Cleveland, the whole of Chicago. Black people, man, were like locked into this music. On regular radio, on daytime radio in America, you could hear Pocket Calculator on the Computerworld album. You could hear Pocket Calculator, Janet Jackson, Rick James, and a Prince song, all in less than 30 minutes.
Wenn ich diese Taste drück, spielt ein kleines Musikstück.
Io sottraggo e aggiungo, io controllo e compongo. Se io spingo un bottone, lui fa una canzone. Se io spingo un bottone, lui fa una canzone.
It was so funky without being funky. It was like as if it was, wow. It's hard to explain it, you know. I mean, the bass line to Computerworld, dun 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 dun, you know, that was incredible, man. It's more fun to compute. These songs, man, it was just like, fuck. This shit was on fire. They were truly enjoying the fact that black people were down with this music. Even George Clinton was digging it. You know, I mean, come on, man. You got the blackest of black men loving this shit in the middle of Detroit, Michigan. This was incredible. They're more than techno music. They are creators of a genre that had no name up until we came along. Up until then, it was just amazing electronic music from these guys. And I really wish they were not part of techno music. For them, I wish that they didn't have to be part of that. Because a lot of techno music is shitty. A lot of the guys making it don't deserve to have their names attached to Kraftwerk. Look at the cover to We Are the Robots. They played on this kind of sexuality thing a little bit. They kind of enjoyed it. We Are the Robots was definitely their sort of stepping out moment as a creative androgynous group. Nobody knew for sure if these guys were gay or straight, and I think they really enjoyed that. We Are the Robots? Hell yeah!